I was thinking about laying in the hospital with tubes coming in and out of me, and one of the drips that I was on was an antifungal medication. There was a fungus among us, and it was a life-threatening fungus. But then I remembered, as I was reflecting on that today, how most fungus are very helpful parts of our environment and our lives. In fact, the fungus in our gut and the fungus in our midst sustains life. The fungus family, the study of mycology from the Greek word meaning mushroom, means studying 148,000 species. 148,000. Growth is the means of their mobility. They are efficient decomposers. They are responsible for nutrient cycling and exchange. We could talk for days about crossovers between life and fungal life, life as humans and growth as humans. But what I want to do is just extract a few principles today and save the rest of that philosophy and biology intersection for another day and maybe a longer seminar. Merlin Sheldrake has observed that 60% of the enzymes used in industry are generated by fungi, and 15% of all vaccines are produced by engineered strains of yeast. What can we, as innovators, entrepreneurs, small business developers and leaders, creators, and other people in leadership, learn from the fungi family? And I think one of them is some things do need to be decomposed down to their essential ingredients and then rebuilt. Also, if you want to grow, that's great, but understand that if you want to move, you must grow. They are attached to something. They are rooted in the soil or in a tree or wherever they're rooted, in the gut. And the way they move around in the world is by growing, by becoming more. And if you are going to grow in your leadership and your business, you have to become more. Here's another lesson. Most fungi are inconspicuous. You don't see them. And yet they are everywhere. There's no part of the world where there is life where you won't find fungi. So you can spread out. You can be inconspicuous and yet at the same time making a difference. They are leavening agents through fermentation in foods. They make our foods tastier and better. They're used in antibiotics. They help treat disease. And so if you are in business and you are growing, you're not only improving the taste of people's lives, but you're also bringing a healing element to the world. You're making a difference. Used as detergents, pesticides, not to mention their recreational use and their spiritual uses. Business meets needs wherever they are, felt needs and real needs. Fungi are also very diverse, and so the world of small business and nonprofits and leadership is a world of great diversity. I mentioned 148,000 species. But here's some lessons that I think we really need to take to heart if we're going to be as effective in our worlds and in our spheres as the fungi are. Networking. Fungi create networks among each other, among themselves, within their own kind. They're constantly networking. In fact, as we study computers, we are looking for intersections between how the fungal kingdom networks and how our information technology can network. And then they also create symbiotic relationships with other life forms, including humans and trees, plant life, animal life. And so if we're going to be effective in business and in leadership, we have to find those win-win situations. They're also evolving. They have evolved. They are evolving now. They have always evolved. They are constantly changing and adapting to meet the needs of the world and of their own species. Sheldrake also says all life forms are, in fact, processes, not things. Wendell Berry, I'm just going to end with a couple of quotes because I want you to take this and I want you to consider and maybe do a little study, do a little deep dive yourself on what can you learn from the fungal kingdom. Wendell Berry said, if a healthy soul is full of death, it is also full of life, worms, fungi, microorganisms, all kinds. Given only the health of the soil, nothing that dies is dead for very long. Keep that in mind as you go through the process of growth and life. And also, Aldous Huxley, and I'm going to end with this quote, said, which is better, to have fun with fungi or to have idiocy with ideology, to have wars because of words, to have tomorrow's misdeeds out of yesterday's miscreeds. Think about it, see what comes up. Have a great and productive day.